Hey, what's up, guys? Normally, I don't talk about politics. I'm that guy just keeps my head down and lives an awesome life and then share all the things I'm doing to live an awesome life with you guys here for free. But let me tell you, the politicians are using you, the people, as pawns. And if you don't see it, you guys are missing out on something very important. Listen, I wasn't born here. I was born in a communist country, the Soviet Union. We escaped the Soviet Union, came here. You know my story. We came here for freedom, for opportunities, and for the liberties that this country offers. And all of you that are born here right now are okay with just living this hypnotized life and taking every freaking order that the government liberals are giving you. If you look at all the states that have opened up for business, 13 out of the 14 are Republican states. Only one is a Democratic state. If you look at the statistics, 50% of the people who are dying of this virus are in old folks' homes, right? They're in assisted living homes. 84% of the people who are dying already came in with pre-existing conditions. In other words, the common cold may have killed them. So what does that mean to you guys? States like where I live in California, states like Michigan, New York, and others, Philadelphia. You know, I got friends in Philadelphia who are telling me that they're the governor of Pennsylvania is as communist and socialist as they come. And I said, well, you ought to see our governor here. And then you got the mayor of LA saying that he is not above turning off utilities, gas, water, electricity of businesses who want to go back to business in a socially conscious way. And while they're willing to threaten businesses that are on the brink of going broke, I don't see any of these socialists. I don't see a single one of them talking about how they're going to fund these businesses. And make no mistake about it, an entrepreneur, a business person is someone who is in business to make a profit. And if you think that this PPP program or some kind of financial relief program that they give just enough to keep you afloat, pay your payroll, maybe pay a month or two of your lease or your expenses, they expect you to be happy with that? I didn't go into business to break even. Now, thankfully, I've been around the block long enough, and this economy is actually making me more money than previous to the coronavirus. But I'm seeing big box gyms. LA Fitness and Chino Hills decided that they're not going to reopen. Jimmy John's, Which Sandwich Place, they decided they're not going to reopen. Signs are coming down. I'm seeing small box gyms. I saw a barbershop right across the street from here saying we don't plan to reopen. And that's a tiny little town in Southern California, Chino Hills. And so many of you are okay. You're walking around with a face mask on, not asking, why is it okay to touch the fruits, the cans, the bags of chips on that shelf and then put them back if this virus is truly that contagious? If it was really that contagious, wouldn't you just drive up? You would just drive up to the grocery store and somebody in a fucking hazmat suit would come out and say, here's your groceries. People wouldn't be okay with you touching shit. Do you understand that? If this was really a big deal, don't you think that the president of our country would say, this is what we're doing and it's so scary and so deadly that we're going to roll out the National Guard? God damn it, stay in your houses. But that's not what's happening. He's like, you know what? I'm going to let the governors handle that. That's code for, this ain't a big deal. This is just government overreach. Now, you might say, well, it's not like that in my state, so I'm okay. I'm here to tell you that I wasn't born in this country. And I got to tell you, man, my dad risked his life to bring us here. I was scared shitless at the age of 6 to come here. Worried that if the Soviet government knew what my dad was doing, that he'd be gone forever. He'd be killed. And this whole stand that I've been taking on Fox News and all the different media outlets that I've been on right now, it's not just about small businesses. That's just a tiny fraction of what's happening. It is a systematic and consistent tearing away of your constitutional rights. So I'm going back to business. I'm opening up my Fit Body Bootcamp on June 1st. I've asked Fit Body Bootcamp owners that if they're willing to stand up with me, to do so at their own will, I completely understand if they don't want to, but to do so though at their own will, and many of them are. I've asked all the other gym owners who I have influence over 15,000 gyms across the nation, that if they'd like to, they can use my Fit Body reopening protocol that keeps people safe and clean and sanitized, and we train in place. And still, people are trying to talk me out of it because the masses have been hypnotized, walking around like zombies, believing the lies because you only consume your news from social media. When you see on TikTok that a nurse takes off her face mask and she's bruised after 12 hours of wearing that mask, I would be too, you would be too, and God bless her. She's being told that this thing is deadly. Yet I've got nurses reaching out to me, doctors reaching out to me. One of my clients, Michelle Bauer, her daughter's a nurse in Philly. And she goes, Mom, I'm a brand new nurse. I don't know what's going on, but I can tell you it's not as bad as they make it out to be. It's not. So how much of this is being hyped, and how much of this are you going to keep buying? And are you okay because this isn't happening in your state, so that's fine? It's okay if other states slowly turn socialist and communist? Remember, the country that I escaped from, Armenia, was so bad when it was socialist and communist. And my dad was saying, fuck it, I'll risk my life. And now so many people are somehow okay with a slow phasing in of socialism, of being lied to, of being misled. This is absolute government overreach. And I will do anything in my power with the platforms that I have on social media, with the email connections the email list that I have, the contacts that I have in high places. I will do anything I can to make sure this doesn't happen. But by God, folks, I hope you come awake. I hope you come to life. I hope you get out of your hypnotized, tranquilized trance and realize this is something really big that's happening that's far beyond a fucking virus. If it was so bad, you would be asked to be in a hazmat suit, not just a mask. If it was so bad, the president would be overseeing it. The military would be overseeing it, and not just local governors, which, by the way, then those local governors pass the buck to the local mayors. I get it. It's an election year. And so the Democrats don't want the Republican president to get voted in. And in the meantime, if you happen to be a pawn in the process, well, I guess that's okay. And if you're like, listen, I'm not an entrepreneur, I'm not a business owner, and now with all this federal money, I'm getting about the same money for a longer period of time on unemployment, so I'm okay with this. Wow. I guess you would sell your soul that easily, that quickly, huh? Yep, that's what it is. People gotten soft. You're soft. If that's you, you've sold out. That's sad. Listen, I've got no reason to be opening my mouth. I'm making more money than ever. My companies are thriving. I'm putting a target on myself for putting myself out there. I just hope that you would be willing to do something for the country that you were born into. And if you're an immigrant to this country like I am, we owe it to this country that's given us so much freedom, so much opportunity, so much access. Like, now is the time that us immigrants, whether you're still on a green card or you're a citizen like I am, it doesn't matter. Fucking step up. If you were born here, step up. If you're an immigrant, step up. Your gut tells you that there's something fishy going on, folks. And you're just going to be okay with it. You're not going to ask questions. You're not going to do your own research. And I know this might cause me to lose a few followers, a few thousand followers. I don't care. And I don't care if my YouTube account, my Instagram account, my Facebook account gets shut down. I don't care. I'll keep making money. But I do care about losing my freedom, my liberties. I do care about seeing our great nation fall. Because just in our lifetime alone, we've seen so many nations fall. The Soviet Union, right? You look at Europe. We can't be one of those. We're a great nation, and I hope that more of you would want to stand up and vocalize. Anyway, just wanted to share my 2 cents with you. I'll be opening up on June 1st, going back to business, and I hope you will too, because they, the politicians, work for us. Never forget that. I'll see you later.